Wolverine versus Grizzly Bear. Can a Wolverine really face a bear? You know, the X-Men character Wolverine is virtually indestructible, but the name comes from the animal, the Wolverine. So is this animal as indestructible as the comic book character? What if this little fury ball went up against one of the largest, scariest animals on the planet? A bear. Not just any bear, but a grizzly bear. What would happen then? Could the Wolverine actually hold his own? Here's what's going to blow your mind. These two actually face off in the wild, and the outcome isn't always what you'd expect. We're talking about a 55-pound ball of pure fury with jaws that can crush frozen bones versus an 800-pound apex predator that can break a moose's spine with one swipe. I'm Patrick, and today we're diving deep into this incredible matchup. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You'll want to find out who comes out on top in this monumental battle. Meet the Northern Titans. What do they look like? There's many kinds of bears in the world and many kinds of brown bears. So let's make sure you realize just who the grizzly bear is. As I mentioned, he is a type of brown bear. That's the species. Of all the subspecies of brown bear in the world, the grizzly bear on average is the largest of them all. These are huge bears that are not just the largest brown bear, but rival the largest bears in the world, period. With grizzly bears, there's a rule that coastal grizzlies get way larger than inland grizzlies. Especially grizzlies in certain areas of Alaska and Canada that live near rivers. They get to be enormous. Grizzlies that are inland can average between 400 and 600 pounds. But the coastal grizzlies? They average closer to 800 pounds, and plenty of them exceed 1,000 pounds. They can range from 6 to 8 feet long on average. They're long but also built in a stocky manner. Extremely muscular. They have powerful rear and forelimbs, and the claws on their paws can be 3 inches long. Sometimes even 4.5 inches long. Now, if we look at a Wolverine, the size difference is quite noticeable. A Wolverine is close to the size of a medium dog.
About 3 to 4 feet in length, weighing about 55 pounds. Though the face is different, you can almost see similarities between a Wolverine and a bear, but they are not related. The Wolverine is in the mustelid family, along with animals like weasels, badgers, ferrets, and otters. But here's the thing. If you take otters out of the equation and only focus on land-dwelling mustelids, the Wolverine is the largest and definitely one of the strongest. The 4 biological rounds. Round 1. Bite force and crushing power. Who has the deadlier bite? Let's talk about what everyone wants to know. Who bites harder? A grizzly bear bite delivers around 1,160 pounds per square inch of force. That's enough to crush a bowling ball, no joke. Those massive canine teeth are designed for puncturing and holding prey. But here's where it gets
interesting with the Wolverine. Sure, their absolute bite force is lower, but pound for pound, these guys have one of the strongest bites relative to body size of any carnivore. We're talking about specialized jaws that can crunch through frozen bones that would break the teeth of wolves. And get this, Wolverine molars are actually rotated 90 degrees, acting like bone saws. They can chew through bones that are harder than concrete when frozen. It's like nature gave them a set of power tools in their mouth. Winner, grizzly bear. That raw crushing power is just devastating. But man, the Wolverine's bite is scary efficient. Round 2, speed and agility, the chase factor. These large, stocky bears can hit speeds of 35 miles per hour when chasing down their prey. So even though the large, hoofed animals they hunt are fast, they often aren't fast enough. The grizzly is an impressive blend of speed and strength. Wolverines max out around 25 miles per hour, so the grizzly's faster. But here's the thing. Wolverines are built different. They can move quickly in short bursts, and their agility is insane. That low center of gravity means they can dodge and weave like you wouldn't believe. Plus, Wolverines have incredible endurance. They can travel 15 miles without stopping, crossing terrain that would exhaust most animals. It's like comparing a sprint car to an all-terrain vehicle. Winner, grizzly bear. That top speed is just too much to overcome. Round 3, strength and raw power. The force multipliers. Does the Wolverine stack up against the grizzly in strength? Well, a grizzly can deliver swipes with incredible force, sometimes delivering a hard enough strike to break an animal's spine. Yes, it's true. Once they've knocked an animal down, they'll jump on their back and sink their teeth in. But Wolverines? They're surprisingly strong for their size. They can drag carcasses twice their body weight up vertical cliff faces. We're talking about animals that have been known to take down prey much larger than themselves. Sheep, goats, and even fully grown adult deer. Yes, the Wolverine has a surprising ability to take down large animals. The strength difference is massive in absolute terms.
But that Wolverine strength to weight ratio is just incredible. Winner, grizzly bear. The raw power is in a completely different league. Round 4, defense and survival. The damage resistance Even if the Grizzly managed to sink his teeth or claws into the Wolverine, it's not a done deal. The Wolverine has loose skin, and pair that with the oily fur, that means the Wolverine can pull himself out of trouble with relative ease. It's an excellent adaptation for pulling away from danger, or even stretching his skin, turning around and fighting back. Grizzlies rely on their thick hide and massive muscle mass, but Wolverines? They're basically built like escape artists. Their fur is so dense and oily, it's resistant to frost and provides protection against bites. If you're fascinated by
these survival adaptations, smash that subscribe. The verdict is coming up. Winner, Wolverine. Those defensive adaptations are just incredible. Final score, Grizzly Bear 3, Wolverine 1. Now we're getting to the question we really want answered. What if they fought? Could a Wolverine really face a bear? And it's a legitimate question because the Wolverine appears to be fearless when eating a carcass. He wants that food and he does not want anyone else to have it. There are so many times that a Wolverine defends his carcass and scares away a lynx, a wolf, and yes, even a bear. Yes, the intimidation factor of the Wolverine is so high that he can make a grizzly bear change his mind and decide not to mess with him. So there must be something to it, right? But here's the reality. The Wolverine is ferocity in a small package. He'd put up a tremendous fight, but unless everything, and I mean every single thing, went in his favor, he'd lose. Wolverines scare grizzlies and other large predators away from carcasses because they put on a violent and ferocious show. But if a grizzly wasn't cautious and went in for the attack, they're almost guaranteed to win that battle every time. The grizzly is just too large and too strong. Winner, grizzly bear. Size and power ultimately dominate, but that Wolverine attitude is legendary. What other David versus Goliath matchups fascinate you? Drop your suggestions in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more epic animal showdowns.